Did you grow up with both parents, or did you only have one? Well, if you grew up without your dad in your life, there's a great chance that you faced some hardships due to it. And if anyone ever tries to tell you otherwise, then you should remember that they are the problem, not you. One of the most tragic parts of growing up without a dad is the fact that you never really get to know him. You may have heard some stories about him from other people, but that's probably about it. Unfortunately, there are still many places in this world where children who don't have two parents are treated differently. Some people may believe that we're incapable of doing certain tasks, or that we're not as smart as other kids our age, but once again, this couldn't be any further from the truth. While there are some people out there who will try to help you because you don't have a dad, most of the time it's quite the opposite. Unfortunately, there are some individuals who take advantage of others' kindness. One of the many benefits of growing up with both parents is having someone to look up to. Unfortunately, many families break up due to financial problems, and if this happens, the kids often suffer. Growing up with a single parent who has to work extra hard to pay the bills can be tough. You may have to sacrifice some of the things that other kids get to enjoy, such as new clothes or expensive toys. However, this doesn't mean that your childhood was terrible. In fact, many people who grow up in poverty become some of the most successful individuals in the world. That's because they learned a valuable lesson at a young age. Money doesn't grow on trees. Therefore, they understand the importance of saving and investing their money wisely. So even if you didn't have the best childhood, try to make the best out of it. You never know what the future may hold. Whether it's your dad, mom, or both, having a good role model in life can help you become a better person. Last but certainly not least, no matter how old you are, growing up without a dad is something you'll never forget. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with those who might benefit from it. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. There will always be times in your life when you think about him and wonder what he was like. Even if you were only 2 or 3 years old when he left, the memories of that time will always remain fresh in your mind. It's natural to grieve the loss of a loved one, even if they're not related to you by blood. So don't feel bad if you can't stop thinking about your dad. The pain of losing a loved one is something that never goes away completely. It may become less intense as time passes by, but it will always be there. However, growing up without a dad means that you miss out on having a male role model. This doesn't necessarily mean that you won't succeed in life, but it does make things a bit harder. You'll have to find a role model outside of your family, such as a teacher, coach, or mentor. Having someone like this in your life can give you the guidance and support you need to succeed. But keep in mind that you might have to search for a while until you find someone who meets your standards, and if they know you're fatherless, they may assume that you have no one else to turn to. However, you should never allow this to happen. If someone tries to take advantage of you because you don't have a dad, then you should try to stay away from them in the future. Not everyone is going to treat you unfairly, but you should be careful around those who are willing to help you. Sometimes their help comes with strings attached. People who grow up without their dads are often smarter and more capable than the average person. While there are many wonderful mothers out there, the truth is that none of them can truly replace a father. So, if you grew up with a single mom, she had to play both roles. And we have to admit that this isn't an easy job. On top of having to work and take care of the house, she also had to be the disciplinarian of the family. It's no wonder so many single moms end up raising their kids alone without any help. Although many of them did receive child support, it wasn't nearly enough to hire someone else to take care of the household, so they had no other choice but to do everything on their own. After all, they have no choice but to learn how to fix things on their own and solve problems independently. So don't let other people's comments get to you. Most of the time, they're just jealous of your skills. This can happen at school, at work, or even within your own family. In some cases, people will take advantage of you because they know you're not the same as everyone else. They may think that you're weaker than the rest of the kids your age, since you don't have a dad to protect you. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. Just because you don't have a dad doesn't mean that you're weak. If anything, it just means that you're stronger than most people, since you had to face life's challenges earlier than everyone else. While you may have had a rough childhood, it made you into the strong and independent person you are today. It's also very likely that you don't know what he looked like. So, whenever you see an old picture of your family, you may find yourself wondering where you got your looks from. One of the most painful things for a fatherless child to witness is seeing another kid being escorted to an important event by their dad. While it may seem like a normal and happy thing to everyone else, it can bring back a lot of painful memories for a kid without a dad. They may start thinking about all the times they wished their own dad would have been by their side. At these moments, you may feel angry, sad, bitter, or even all three. Ultimately, it's important to accept the reality of your situation and try to move forward. There's no point in holding on to anger or resentment, especially towards people who weren't even involved in your situation. The only person you should be upset with is the one who hurt you and abandoned you. Since you never had him in your life, you also don't know what kind of person he was. Was he loving, caring, serious, or funny? Did he enjoy playing with you when you were younger, or was he too busy to spend time with you? All of these questions run through the minds of many fatherless children, and sadly, there's no way to answer them. The only thing you can do is imagine what it would have been like to be raised by him. With that said, here are 10 things that only people who grew up without their dads can relate to. Unfortunately, many people try to hide the fact that they are fatherless, and there is no reason for them to do so. The fact that you don't have a dad doesn't make you any less of a person. Number 1, we usually don't know what our other parent was like as a person. Number 2, we often blame ourselves for our parents' divorce. As children, we tend to take everything very seriously, even things that aren't entirely our fault. In many cases, children of divorce end up blaming themselves for their parent split. Even though this isn't something you should ever feel guilty about, it's something many fatherless people struggle with. After all, kids often hear phrases such as, "You're the reason why your parents aren't together anymore," from other children at school. This can easily make a child believe that their parents' divorce is their fault. However, this is almost never the case. So please remember that it's not your fault that your parents are no longer together. Number 3, we know what it's like to be treated differently. Number 4, we're used to being underestimated. Similar to the previous point, many people underestimate us simply because we don't have a dad. Number 5, we often wish our dad would attend our important events. Number 6, we don't always receive help when we need it. Number 7, our mother had to be both the mom and the dad. Number 8, we know how important it is to have a role model in life. Number 9, we know that money doesn't grow on trees. And finally, number 10, we never really get over it. Are you someone who grew up without a dad? Let us know in the comments below.